Okay, so I figured I'd give you a little bit of a break. We'll just take you right out of the process of having to put panels up, and you can sit here and hold the camera for a while. So what I want to talk about is touch on a little bit of something that had to do with part of the education video that we did a couple of days ago. I think having the heat up in this car while it's minus 15 outside and I'm in a t-shirt is a good metaphor for exactly what I'm talking about. Confidence. Confidence is what I'm talking about. I apparently was a little overconfident in how warm the weather was going to be, so I came out here in a t-shirt. But what I want to talk about mainly about confidence is that confidence is going to be needed in the marketplace. There is just not going to be any way that you're going to survive your money being out there in what seems to be a very intangible sort of environment where you're not able to control what's going on. A lot of people like to have control of everything that they possibly can, even though a lot of times with money, and we've talked about this, control isn't something that they brandish as a really strong asset trait, unfortunately, because a lot of people aren't taught about money. So that's going to go into that confidence again. So we're going back to this education topic. We want people to build confidence. You're going to need to do whatever it takes to build some type of internal resolve. Because in the long run, having confidence is what's going to make you successful with money. And then once you make it to the level where you're totally proficient and ready to go ahead and start investing in the stock market, that confidence is then going to carry you through to that next level. See, a lot of people would assume, like, when you say confidence, like, you mean you're supposed to be like really like have a lot of bravado or like be braggadocious or whatever, right? Like, yeah, let your nuts swing if that's you. If that's you and that's how you need to purport yourself in an outward manner so that you feel confident about yourself, do whatever you got to do. But like, there's a lot of people that walk around like that aren't actually confident. Like, that doesn't translate into results. There's tons of accountants or nerds in Silicon Valley that you'll go find that are extremely intelligent or extremely passive, aren't outgoing whatsoever, but confident in what they do to an umpteenth level, to a level that you're not going to be able to knock them down. They know going forward exactly what they're going to be able to accomplish in that given field. The confidence internally is something that you need to muster because you need it for your day-to-day life. This is a grind every day, dealing with money, whether it's you just budgeting your family's money or dealing with money on a whole stock market, the whole 9 yards. If you're an active investor, if you've got any idea in your mind that what you want to do is go out there and become a somebody as an investor, you want to work for an investment bank, you want to own a brokerage, you want to make a name for yourself, you are going to have confidence. This confidence comes in many different shapes and forms, but we've talked about that you're going to lose. This is something that's going to kick your ass. You're going to lose. You're going to have down years. You're going to have mad clients. You're going to have bad trades you missed. You are going to need to retain strong confidence building skills, not just confidence, because it's not going to be able to stay a stationary sort of a thing in your life. Things are going to change. You're going to need to be constantly refining yourself and making yourself more and more confident to be able to perform. It doesn't matter who you talk about in the financial services world that's on a big level. If you see them talk, if you hear the way they present themselves, even when they're wrong, even when you look back and 8 weeks later, something went completely wrong with their company or the plan that they were talking about, when they spoke about it in public to people, they gave across the implication that they knew exactly what they were talking about and they were on their game. Even if in the back of their mind there is some sort of wavering opinion about what if, that doesn't mean nothing. That doesn't mean anything. It means you need to follow through with what you know is right. You need to be confident in yourself. Know when to pull the plug. Know when to make the trade. Know when to hit the buy button. Know what to do, and be confident that when you make the mistakes, and you're gonna make them, that you're gonna go back and you're gonna apply the same things that you've learned, the things you've learned off the mistakes, and you're going to be confident enough to believe in yourself again. If you don't have the confidence to do this, you are finished in the financial services sector. There is no opportunity for you because people without confidence give that off. Everybody can tell that you don't know what you're talking about or that you don't believe in yourself. You are going to have to hunker down and find whatever it is in your personal life, first off, that gives you confidence in who you are. And then you're going to have to exercise the things we've talked about in budgeting, exercise the things that we've talked about in going ahead and being an activist investor with your own portfolio, or maybe other people's portfolios for that matter. And when you go ahead and do that, you you are going to need to brandish a big sword and have a big pair of shoulders for problems to fall on. It's going to take a man or a woman, but it's going to take, in my estimation of what I'm thinking of, it's going to take someone with a really large breadth of ability to take nonsense and keep dishing it back out. You're gonna have to do this. There's no two ways around having confidence. You better know that you're the baddest man on the planet, at least in your own head, and you better keep working at it, because you can have your confidence knocked down very quickly, and you will find that you are scrambling to pick it back up, and while you're scrambling, life is passing you by. There's no pause button on this thing. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop because you're sad. It doesn't stop because you can't get your stuff together. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop because you're having a weekday. Your weekdays don't matter to the world. So you better find a way to have confidence, reinforce that confidence daily through affirmations, whatever it takes, whatever behavior patterns you need to develop. Because when you get into it and your money's on the line and you don't have the options to just pull everything out and just hold it all and be safe, when those options are off the table and you're in the market and things go up and things go down and you're over involved interday looking at prices, you want to know that you can take a step back, that this isn't all what's important, that you got it, you are going to come back strong no matter how things work out. Confidence, you need to brandish some confidence. In the financial services world, you aren't finding anybody that built a Fortune 500 company or that sells stocks and bonds at the prop desk for Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan that isn't for sure they're swinging the biggest meat in the room. You better figure it out. You better have some confidence. I got confident Anthony didn't have to put up any panels for this. This is a much more in-depth discussion about your character or the way you present yourself or how you feel about yourself than it is about actual finances. But it's the utmost. This is where it all starts. You're never going to be able to do a thing without feeling like the man or the woman, ladies. You're never going to do it. It's just never going to happen. You better know you're the best at something, or that you're working every day to get better. Because you better have something for those down days, for those missed trades, for you to fall back on and go like, I got this. I got this. That's a bad day, bad hour. That's not a bad life. That's not a bad forward road. You know, you got to know that. You got to have that confidence. Find a way to get that confidence. If you're going to do anything with your money, if you're going to be budgeting for your family, trying to get yourself out of debt, investing in the stock market, trying to learn about this, whether you want to do this as a career, whatever it happens to be, you are going to have a serious amount of confidence. You better prop that chest up a little bit, boy. Get this figured out. I'm Cody from Wall Street Breakdown. Thank you for holding the camera, Anthony. We will talk to you guys again. Hopefully the next time I see you, get a little more confidence.